Good night, greetings everybody. We are G-Syndicate, and tonight is vibes as we syndicate you vibes, you know. You're gonna be hearing some songs off our upcoming EP. Things gonna be nice. So right about now, we starting with this one. Ready to blow? So are you ready to go? So are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Oh, ready to blow, ready to blow. Oh, so let me go.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go.
It's time to start the party. Sometimes we be getting dirty. This time we're starting this thing right. Hey, so just kick off your shoes. It's no time to feel the blues. So baby, we gonna do our thing tonight. Oh, leave the work at home, leave the stress alone, toss away your worries. Ain't got no time for that, baby. Now you've got the chance. Lose your fears, just dance. We're gonna rock this party. Just raise your hands if you're ready.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go.
It's time for you to be free. Let's just enjoy the party tonight. We just gonna ease our mind. So just think about the world, 'cause we're not gonna stop at all, and we're just leaving all our fears behind. So leave the work at home, leave the stress alone, toss away your worries.
Ain't got no time for that, baby.
Now you've got the chance. Lose your fear, just dance. We're gonna rock this party. Just raise your hands if you're ready.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go.
Let the music take control. Let it seep into your soul. When the bass line starts pulsating, feel the stress evaporate. Let it bring me to your mind. There could be no better time to get on the floor, 'cause we're just ready to blow.
Ready to blow, start up the show,
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark on the trombone.
start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go.
Give it up for Mark, y'all. So let me go.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go.
Ready to blow.
Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go, let's go. Ready to blow, start up the show, get on the floor, let's go.
Yes, folks, good night one more time. We are G-Syndicate. This next song we're going to do for you, you can find it on our upcoming EP called Revive. We released it last year, and we're ready to rock. This one is called Chemistry.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, melanin dripping, sweet catty coated honey bar, good looking. The way how you moving, put me in a mood, I'm glad to see you. Your waistline on the baseline, so attractive, I wanna be a captive. I see a smile on your face now, so beautiful, I know you're original.
So come wind up on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come push back for me, don't hold back, gal, just be free. Now you're not on, show off, show off. Now have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. That's why, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. Now you're not on, show off, show off. Now have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. That's why, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. We're still grooving. We're still grooving. We're still grooving.
Come talk to me, girl. Classy and intelligent, are you run the world? Let me say face to face. Know you feel the tension, just had to mention. Your brown eyes, shining bright, so gorgeous and glowing like sunlight. I hear your voice, angelic eyes, so amazing. I wanna keep this going.
So come wind up on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come push back for me, don't hold back, gal, just be free. I know you're not on, show off, show off. You have my attention, gal, you're sweet off. Dance me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause it's still grooving. I know you're not on, show off, show off. You have my attention, gal, you're sweet off. Dance me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, cause it's still grooving. Still grooving. Still grooving. Still grooving.
Hey, girl, I wanna take you home with me.
And hey, girl, show you good energy, yeah.
Hey, girl, I wanna treat you right, you see, you see, you see.
Hey, girl, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky, just the two of us. You and I. What you won't do for love. You try everything, but you won't give up. What you won't do for love. You try everything, but you won't give up. So come wind up on me, I wanna see if you got good chemistry. And come push back on me, don't hold back, gal, just be free. Lord, you're not so show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance with me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, come and still grooving. Lord, you're not so show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance with me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, come and still grooving. Lord, you're not so show off, show off. You have my attention, girl, you're sweet off. Dance with me, baby, step out, step out. Just keep it moving, we're still moving. I know you're not tired.
Show off, show off.
You have my attention. That's for me, baby.
Step out, step out.
Just keep it moving, cause we're still grooving. We're still grooving. Still grooving. Still grooving. Yeah.
The next selection is entitled Englishman in New York, a song made famous by Sting in the 80s. Hope you enjoy.
I don't drink coffee, I drink tea mate. I like my toast on one side. You can hear it in my accent when I talk. I'm an Englishman in New York. See me walking down Fifth Avenue, a walking king here at my side. I take it everywhere I walk. I'm an Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm a alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. If manners make it man, as someone said, he's a hero of the day. It takes a man to suffer ignorance and smile. Be yourself, no matter what they say. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Modesty's propriety can lead to notoriety. You could end up as the only one. Gentleness, sobriety, are rare in this society. At night a candle's brighter than the sun. In New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made up. There's nothing you can do. In New York, takes more than combat gear to make a man. Takes more than a license for a gun. Confront your enemies, avoid them when you can. A gentleman will walk but never run. If manners make it man, and someone said he's a hero of the day. It takes a man to suffer ignorance and strive. Be yourself, no matter what they say.
We know you sing at home.
Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Englishman in New York City. I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. Englishman in New York. Oh, I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York.
Now, growing up in the 90s, I would have loved these songs. I'm sure those of you that know them will love them as well. So we got two songs coming up for you. We got I Wanna Know by Joe and Someone to Love by John B. and Babyface. Hope you guys enjoy.
It's amazing how you knock me off my feet. Every time you come around me, I get weak. Oh. Nobody ever made me feel this way. No. You kiss my lips and then you take my breath away. So I wanna know what turns you on. Yeah, I wanna know, so I can be all that and more. And I'd like to know what makes you cry. Oh, so I can be the one to always make you smile. Girl, he never understood what you were with. No. And he never took the time to make your words deserve more loving. Girl, baby, I'm the kind of man who shows consent. Yes, I do. Any way that I can please you, let me learn. So I wanna know what turns you on. Yeah, and I wanna know, so I can be all that and more. And I'd like to know.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hold on. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate Podcast. I am your host, Neil. I am not joined by my brother from another mother and your co-host, Derek. We will wait for him to come, but how is everybody doing? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How is everybody keeping? I see Condex Papi here. Hail, I'm in the crank early. I went into the archives and just finished watching the first time your woman versus submission video to prepare for tonight. Thank you very much for that. Yes, we're gonna talk about submission again tonight. Stephen Wu in the house. You beat me to it. What a go on, Austin. Tamara, good night. Oh, not Tamara, Tamara. You're the only Tamara I know that pronounces her name as Tamara. So Tamara, good night to you. Hope everybody is well. I hope everybody is feeling well. And as I wait for my brother from another mother to join us, let me get here now. He should be this should be here. He know this. Yeah. Let me see here now. Let me see if we can got him coming through now. All right. So yeah, everybody. Hope everybody is well. I hope the heat ain't killing your nor the school children, because I know traffic out there gonna be kind of rough, kind of out of order. Yeah, I think that's Derek there now. Derek, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek here. Let me see if we could get some picture. I ain't see your face yet. What's going on, my brother? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
I'm here, man. I'm good. I'm here.
Okay, what's going on, man? How is life treating you?
I'm on a cash show. So going to trade out. So trying to work out with timings in terms of getting everything in order and making sure that I can come here and do the Lord's work when you come.
Mm-hmm.
See my mom brought me here early. Mama, see you had to prepare for the night. I love it. But yeah, man. See tomorrow, good to see you as always. Yeah, it's hot as well. Ex of mine would say it's hot as the devil's ass crack.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to abide with that, trying to deal with that. And the little one got some scheduling going on as well.
Mm-hmm.
She has her own program, so I gotta kind of give way to that.
Right.
So not too long running here from the gym.
Yeah.
And got a cup of coffee with me tonight.
She celebrate.
A piece of cake. And then we can crank, man. I here trying to Austin, the 3 o'clock thing is an adjustment, believe it or not. Even though we've been doing that all these years, but going back to 3 o'clock is a thing. Mm-hmm. So I here trying to just get myself together. You realize I was still sending you some content there so recently.
Yeah.
So trying to manage my time a little bit more now. With all that's going on. So I can work it out. Hopefully by next week we got everything under control. They won't be scrambling like how I am tonight. But I am here. I'm ready to crank, do the Lord's work. What about you, my brother? Tell me what's going on.
I am well. I am fantastic. I am feeling my old self again. Feeling pretty good, So I'm doing pretty well. I I laughed when I saw the picture you had associated on our Facebook page with regards to what we're going to be talking about tonight. I found that
expresses your frustration.
very apt. Yeah, but doing well, man. I can't complain. Everything is going well. Everything coming at aces, roses, as they say. So I'm doing well. I see Tamara asking how am I doing. That's how I'm doing. Heat near kill you today. Girl, keep cool as you can. Keep cool. I hope your family doing well. Shout out my mom, Marlon Millen in the house. Lee A.O., good evening. Thanks for joining us, Antisocial. Good night to you. Antisocial, hope everything is well. And yeah, we are here. We are ready to crank. Now, there, of course, as you manger, that's the extent of my French. As you manger, tell us quickly about G-Syndicate. the Ready to Blow concert, virtual concert that was playing at the beginning of the live stream, and where we can find G-Syndicate on the social media.
Yeah, man. G-Syndicate 6. G-Syndicate6.com right here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, G-Syndicate 6. On Instagram is also G-Syndicate 6, but you got to be able to spell. So once you can spell 6, you can find us on Instagram as well. Shout out to the guys. We're preparing some music for Christmas as well, so we're getting into that. We were actually in studio today. We got my guy Hugh. He went and tried some bass for us this evening. Mark was in there as always, social media guy. Shout out to the other guys, Kiomal, Waden, and Brett. Busy working as always, but still in the crank, still supporting, always there, ready to do good stuff. So we kind of get ready for the last quarter of the year, and that is where we are right now. We got some more music to come out. I gotta get a video from my editor.
Oh yes, you do. Oh yes, you do. Oh yes.
As soon as we get that, we'll be able to release it. The next show, we got some interviews and stuff. We're gonna be on the radio on Saturday. I hope somebody remembers, but probably not. But hey, you know,
yeah,
it goes that way. We'll be on the radio on Saturday afternoon on the Gainon show.
Yes, sir.
We would have done that. We would have done that together. I'll be wearing a different hat on Saturday. We're going to represent the guys at G-Syndicate. So show the guys.
Listen, put some onesie chat for Derek Marshall doing radio tours. Is what your fourth or what interview in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Yeah, man. It's been a bit much, and I got a couple more scheduled for next week and further on. So as the music comes, obviously we gotta go and we gotta talk about it, we gotta promote it. So yeah, I'll be hearing a little bit more from me as we go forward.
All right. Well, check out Going On this Saturday, 94.7. You could check that out. Derek and G-Syndicate, they're gonna be on there. Give it a listen, man. And yeah, sure. Put some onesie chat, man, doing things, man. Shoot with one amount of purpose, determination. I sure will.
sure will.
You go look.
Another fact, when it comes to this music thing, you really have to be a man of focus, determination, and sure will. Because only today I heard an offering.
Oh my God, I heard it too. You put it in the chat. My God.
Yeah, I got it a couple times, right?
From a young lady, it was?
A young lady, yeah. I got it so many times that it was to the point that I know the timestamp, 2 minutes and 8 seconds. I know when I see that, what it is, and I don't even have to bother to open it. And the thing most concerning about it is that the top of the message, forwarded many times. That made me smile when I saw it, because it was like, wow, this gets shared, But I want to put out stuff of which I can be proud. As I would have told the guys in the chat, God forbid, if I should pass away tonight, and the DJs felt that they should play an hour or a half hour of my music in tribute, that they'll be able to play stuff that can represent me properly.
That Eden can listen to.
That Eden can listen to, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't mind. But people do the thing. That's what it is. You know?
Yeah, man. I'm glad you put it up. That we do things that we are proud of. I know a lot of people may feel when they're doing this Senate thing, when they're proud of that. Yeah, we're extremely proud of it. I think we've done a lot of good work. But anyhow, it's not about that. I see some people putting some onesie chat for you, Derek. Congrats, Derek.
I appreciate that. Night. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we here doing. Yeah, Kevin, I got a little highlight, got a little saying in here. Trying to keep myself as sort of and feel good about myself. But yeah, we good. We doing well. I want to say happy birthday to my son's mother. Happy birthday to her. It's another milestone for her, and she is appreciated because she is the mother of my son, and my son is good. Therefore, that means she is good, and I appreciate that. I appreciate all she does for my son. Yes, so I don't think she watches this content, which is that is fine. But and she doesn't watch it because she thinks I'm misogynistic. So calm down. She just she got things to do. And I see Kevin talk about thirst trapping. I even see thirst trapping yet. When you see me come on here bareback with my abs showing, and they bite in my bottom lip. Really see trapping. Really see trapping. Anyhow, let me get into the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Senate Podcast. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit notification bell so you don't miss anything. We do content for you 5 days a week, inclusive of the live streams we do on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Barbados time. We also do the Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, the Senate Shorts. Those are a bit lighthearted. Those are a bit, tongue-in-cheek, but there is still stuff you can glean from those pieces of content. So remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, share the content. That is the most important. Like the live stream. That is important. And comment on the content. That is important so that we can gauge everything that's going on here. Right? I see Kevin thought I showing my belly all night. Ain't nothing wrong with that, Kevin. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We all got the belly right now. Anyhow, as I said, every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m., we usually have this live stream here where we talk the thing straight. And this is no different. Usually before then, Derek would go on our social media pages, particularly Facebook, the Senate Podcast. Give us a like and a follow. Derek went on there and he would have posted what we will be talking about tonight. And that is submission. Again, we are talking about submission again. We are talking about can men ever get submission from today's woman or women? And why women have such a big issue with submission. So we can get into it. As I said, we do this every quarter. I know Derek is running thin talking about this. But, you know, I like it. You know why I like to talk about it, Derek? Because
Tell me, bro.
just like how you got to do at school, right? You got to drill it into people's head. You got
Drill and practice. It's a train and proven technique.
But you know what's the joke about this thing, right? People want to hear from men. In certain spaces, people want to hear from men. They want to hear men talk. They want to hear what is on men's minds, what's men's problems. Of course, once it's in a certain demeanor and language or whatever. But you know what?
And it lines up.
Yeah. But when I want to hear, we got to say it. So on to you, my brother. Lead us in sermon tonight as we get on
righty then.
The telecast.
Good night again, folks. Good night. As always, hit the like button. That is the cost of admission tonight. And yeah, this is one more time. We can do it one more time with feeling, as my ex would say. So let me cry. Men need to forget about women submitted to them in 2022.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, it started out kind of way. Forget about it, James. Forget about it, right? The world has changed way too much for men to expect that. Many women. Oh shoot, Neil. I sent you 2 videos, man. That we gotta.
Yeah, you got that here.
So 2 intro videos, right?
Yeah.
So when they done this paragraph, you could give me them there, right?
No problem.
Many women are way too comfortable in their singleness, and they don't want to cooperate with or even live with any man. So Neil, give me them 2 intro videos.
Right. Here's number 1.
When men are like, if I'm paying all the bills, then you should at least be cooking and cleaning the house. I should come home to a meal. Motherfucker, if I wasn't here, you would still be paying the bills. The things that you do that you consider is for our marriage, you would be doing if you were single. Okay? When you get benefits from your job, I don't really get those benefits. You do. If I left right here, you would still get those benefits. I wouldn't. Your check don't come to me. So therefore, I don't give a damn about how much you work. Because you was working before and you're going to be working after you met me. I don't care how much you work. A hard-working man is nothing for me. Because you're going to work hard with or without me. What are you doing for me? Nothing. That's why I don't do nothing for y'all. You know what the most dangerous woman in the world is?
Tell us.
The type of woman who don't care about being single. The type of woman that don't care if she got a man by her side, waiting at home, or even thinking about her. A woman who don't care to cater to no man, to get married to no man, to be up under no man all the time. She is a very dangerous woman. Because you can't tell her shit, especially if she paying for her own shit. You can't tell her nothing. Like, what you gonna say? Oh, you gonna be single forever. So? You gonna die alone. So?
You want the next one?
Yeah. You want to just say you?
Yeah.
Just say you? Yeah, give me that one.
This may be controversial, but whenever I live with a man with...
This just gives you an idea of how women are processing these days, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're on screen.
Controversial, but whenever I live with a man, whether it's boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife, I want us to have our own bedroom. Like, who idea was it to put a couple in the same bed? We're already in this same fucking house. You mean tell me we have to be in the same room too? I don't like that. Like, I want my own space. I need my own space. I need a place that I can escape and be by myself. And no matter how much I love you, I need my own space. And it's like, plus, I don't want to compromise on decoration. Married couples or like people in relationships, their bedrooms are like neutral tone because they trying to like please the man that don't want. I want pink shit. I want girly shit, and that's just me. So let's have our own space so we can just be ourselves in that space. And it's like, sometimes you spend the night in my bedroom, sometimes spend the night in your bedroom. That sounds fun. That sounds fucking exciting to me. And some nights, maybe I just want to sleep by myself. What's the big deal? I love that. You know, I don't want a traditional ass house. You go to your room when I'm tired of your ass. But I want you close, but not too close.
I love it.
So you would have gotten an example, because here's the thing. When they show these examples, right? A lot of people in the chat too. A lot of women in
Derek?
that isn't all women.
You just broke up a bit, so you may have to repeat what you just said.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. When we post stuff like this, Neil, people say, oh, but that's not all women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both women and a lot of their surrogates, men, a lot of men out there will say, hey, but that's not all women.
Right.
But the problem is, there are way more of these kinds of women than people want to admit or even acknowledge, right? And we can get to that. I can show you what's going on, right? Because that's social media, but we can get to mainstream media in a bit, right? So I hope you see, fellas, how a lot of women, not all, you know, God, not all police, not all, how a lot of women are processing. Meanwhile, men, you are still with this old-fashioned way of thinking that a woman is going to come along and y'all can get together and build and live happily ever after. That time has passed, Steve Rogers. The old school concept of marriage is pretty much dead, right? There are precious few women who hold on to that. There's too much programming on mainstream and social media. We saw social media just now that tells women that marriage and all that comes with it is for the birds. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to spend some time dissecting some of the programming that we receive on a daily basis. To that point, The Real, folks. The Real is a daytime talk show. Back in 2020, right, height of the pandemic, they did an episode on this very topic of submission. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Needless to say, there were some very interesting perspectives from the four ladies on the panel. So we're going to hear from them. We got Adrienne Horton. I'm going to call her Horton and not her other name. Lonnie Love, Garcelle Beauvais, and Jeannie Mai. Right? The first video is just a kind of introduction to the episode done by Jeannie Mai and then Garcelle Beauvais. Garcelle Beauvais from, let me not be disparaging, from Jamie Foxx show. From the Jamie Foxx show. She is going to give her take in the first video, right? So Jeannie Mai is going to set it up. Garcelle is going to respond.
All right, here we go.
I want to talk about this, you guys. USA Today recently reported that President Trump's nominee for the U.S. Supreme Court, Amy Coney Barrett, has close ties to a Christian religious group called People of Praise, who reportedly teach that it's a wife's job to submit to the will of her husband, as the Bible teaches. So far, Barrett has declined to publicly discuss her affiliation with People of Praise. I did not even know this existed. But this week, Matthew Cochran of The Federalist defended this viewpoint, arguing that equality in marriage only breeds resentment, and that just because a woman is submissive to her man doesn't mean it will hold her back in life, highlighting Amy's potential new job as evidence of that. So ladies, this view... I'm sorry, I'm already thinking about my answer, but do you view this as ridiculous?
What we had,
right. Do you guys feel as women
this is crazy?
This tension coming up when you hear this?
Submission.
Garcelle, what? It's that
when
word.
I think of
So tell me
submission,
what you
I think maybe back in the 50s, in the 40s. But I think what is submissive in the 2020? What is submissive? I think we have to define that. And I think for me, it would never work, right? But I think it really is up to the couple. I think You have to decide what is submissive. Is it cooking everything he wants? Is it having his, bath ready when he comes home? Like, what is it? I think that has to be really redefined, but I'm not down for that. You won't get me to be submissive. There are things that I'll give and take in a relationship, but to be completely submissive.
That's compromise.
Like even the word obey when you're getting married in a marriage vow, you say obey, but are people really doing that these days? It's like, I respect you and I will honor you, but I think the obey and submissiveness is out.
It is out.
Now, I hope you guys notice the ladies, their reactions or their response, their facial expressions while Jeannie Mai was setting up this thing, and also how nervous Jeannie Mai was to even broach the topic, right? Now, Garcelle Beauvais of Coming to America fame, right? I know y'all didn't realize she was in Coming to America, some of you. She is one of the flower girls, right? One of the bathers. Who rushed the royal penis, right? She thinks that submission is something from the 50s, and it would never work for her to hear her tell it. So it needs to be redefined. Yeah, it's not even Castle for real. It needs to be redefined. Now, we are going to see a lot of. Now, this is a classic case, really, of single women keeping women single, right? Garcelle Beauvais is on record regretting her missed opportunities with both Jamie Foxx and Michael Jordan. Huh? Both. B-O-A-F. Both. But she's here on this show encouraging women to not give men what they have said they want. Right? There's a lot of misconception associated with this whole submission thing. But I want to get these ladies' perspectives first, and then again come in and give you mine. Well, we can hear from Jeannie first, and then I can give you mine at the end, right? Let's get the next video, Neil. Give me Adrienne.
All right, let's get it.
I think it's so weird when people try to use the Bible for these sorts of things. I think that gets really weird. Obviously, the Bible was written in a different time, a completely different... Literally, there's parts in the Bible that literally say that you should stone somebody if they eat shrimp in Leviticus. Like, we have to recognize
or not color
what that
your
means
hair.
Right. Wow. Yeah, I mean, there's literally really extreme things that are said. I think God also gives us wisdom, and I think that there are also other parts of the Bible that recognize how important and how essential a woman is to the world and to a marriage, and it speaks on equality. Like, for me, I just feel like the concept of being me submissive to my husband, but what is he not submissive to me as well? I think for me, I think that's what give and take in a relationship is about. It's about compromise. And stop smiling when you see that picture, Jeannie.
No, it's so cute.
Like, why? But I feel
I love it.
Like, this just takes us backwards, you guys. As women, we fought so hard to be equal and viewed equal in our relationships, in our workplaces, and the concept of being submissive has a negative connotation to it. I think when they're talking about her being a boss and obviously having this incredible position that she may be taking, guys, there are people who are bosses in their workplace and then they want to come home and let their husband lead. That, again, is their choice. That is not them being submissive.
Right.
That is them
That's
choosing
what I'm talking about. It's about
that
the
that's what they
couple's
want.
decision.
It's a difference.
Right.
That's right.
No,
You know what I really, really like about the English language? Well, the English language is one of those languages, right? It's an extremely difficult language. A lot of double thought and double speak, right? Triple speak, quadruple speak, right? You could say a lot to say a little bit, or you could say we both have a command of the English language, but obviously how you would word something would be different than how I word something, but we could say the same thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right? You know what we call what she just said?
Word salad.
Toss it. Just toss it. Just
word salad.
Toss it.
Yeah. Now, you got to look at the bad faith argument too, right? Somehow, submission is associated and linked to, compared to, people getting stoned, right? In the Old Testament.
You gotta bring the fire and brimstone, dog.
Yeah.
The stone for coloring your hair. You gotta bring this. I love it. I love it.
So when you approach the topic like that, obviously, people are gonna see submission as this. All right, don't want that to do with that. All we get stoned though.
stone
we
for coloring
compare-
your hair. They used to stone you for coloring your hair. That whole backward then was so them and
Yeah.
they used to do submission. Like also they used to say, honor your husband and wife, right? Honor your partner, don't cheat.
Yeah.
You know, the 10 Commandments, you know, thou must not kill, you know, that sort of thing.
Husbands love your wife as Christ loved the church.
Okay, good. So,
Yeah.
so by her statement, throw the whole Bible, throw everything, because they got antiquated things for that time. So everything, check out, throw it out.
Now, here's the thing about this, Neil, right? Because to her mind, as you said, Neil being submissive is taking women 56 years. So we say 50, 60, but she's talking about stoning. So we're talking a couple centuries.
Yeah.
Right?
A couple millennia.
So here is the interesting thing about this, right? I don't know how many of the people in the chat are Bible thumpers or gospel aficionados and stuff like that. The interesting thing about Adrienne discounting the importance of the Bible, right? This is a really interesting part here. Hold on to your hat because you probably don't know this. She's married.
Yeah.
She took Christian vows. Yeah. But that's the hard part, Neil. She is married to a gospel artist.
But throw the Bible.
Her husband makes a living from preaching the gospel.
The
But to her
antiquated
mind,
gospel.
the antiquated gospel. But to her mind, pell out. Let me rework that and just bring the parts that make sense to she, right? Give me the next video, Neil, because we're going down the road. Let's hear what Lonely Love has to say.
We have video 3, right? Yeah, we have video 3. All right, here we go.
Is that what works for a couple works for a couple.
That's it.
I can't judge them because that works for them. The problem that
That's
I
right.
have with this whole submission talk is that people will bring it over into real life. There's no way that women,
Politics.
I feel women in this country can't have real equality if you have this same old-fashioned, outdated type of thinking.
Right.
Now, in a marriage,
Right.
that's fine, but if he thinks like that
Not-
for a woman and she thinks like that for herself, then when they go outside, they're trying to spread it. And that's what you see right now. So now you're getting articles about, they should be, women should be submissive. So now you have women that necessarily aren't in relationships questioning, well, should I be that way? Should I do that? And that's
Right.
not true equality for women. So that's the reason why I have a problem with it. What you do in your relationship, that's on you. But don't let it go out to the outside. That's what I'm saying.
So leave me to understand. She's saying that this submission thing you carry out into the thing other women saying, should I be submissive? Should I be submissive? So that taking away from the equality.
You're only free to do what you want if it lines up with a certain narrative, right? So all these women over here that going into this thing, well, I can submit to my husband, that's a problem. You can't do that because you can go in, you can spread that, right? Like if it's COVID, right?
You
Submission is infectious disease.
You hear Cherish to submit to she husband? Nah, boy, we got dead down. We got dead down.
You
know
what I mean?
Boy.
To her, my submission robs women of their equality. And if a couple have that particular dynamic, they should keep it to themselves and not try to spread it, right?
Boy, I hear the good news, but you will love happiness. Boy, I hear about that here.
Oh, I hear that. Right?
Boy, I hear that.
Now, she also makes the point that a message like this makes women who aren't in relationships question if they should be submissive or not. But I'll put it to y'all this way. In order to get what you've never had, you may have to do what you've never done. But Lonnie Love's pushback isn't surprising.
No.
And I will say here that she needs to stop the cap. Let me get my mind here. Stop the cap. Because she is right now tethered to a man of significantly lower standing that she found on a dating app, right? So she's comedian all these years, has a network of, men on her level or above. But she can't secure one of those. Okay? Nobody is even certain what the man she currently has does for a living, right? So how is he sharing in any spending or decision making equally? Because that's what she said. It's a partnership. Them is come together. Them is do this. Them is do that. When they go on the red carpet, and she is on his arm or he's on her arm, or you look at it, they are outfitted in their finest. Does anybody think that James Welsh, the essay man she's together with, is the person who paid for the outfits? And let's say he didn't. Let's say she sponsored the outfits. That's cool. This is the real question. Do you think that his efforts are responsible for both of them being at the event? He is not on her level. Point blank. He does not earn how she earns. Point blank. So in their relationship, Lonnie Love is essentially the man.
Well, but hold on. That's misogynistic there. Hold on, Derek. Hold on. How dare you, sir?
Misogynist or misandrist?
No. It is misogyny. Here's why. Because she provides, because she can protect, because she can enforce certain financial stabilities in her relationship, she has to be a man. How dare you in 2022 come with your misogynistic views and antiquated thinking?
Well, let's hear this to that, Neil. I can address that later on. You're going to offset me. But I will offset everybody.
That's the thing, you know. You ain't gonna skid. It's a mama, you skid at the apple cart.
I skid it right up. I left about nothing in the car.
Nobody get to eat nothing.
Correct. Let me get my girl. Give me next video there. Let me get Jeannie Mai, because she has a good advice for the ladies, right? So, well, some advice. Some will say it's not so good. So let's get Jeannie.
What's the advice? This is Jeannie Mai here. So yeah, let me get
Jeannie. But you know what? I love what you're saying, Jeannie. But I think also you can be the boss out.
Wait, I skip it. That's number what? Which number we on? I probably skip it. We on number 5 or 4? Lonnie was which one? Cause Lonnie may have been. It may be on 4, you know. Yeah,
actual definition of submit is to
I got
accept
it.
or yield to a superior force or to the authority or will of another person. So I'm going to say right here that I, Jeannie Mai, going into my marriage, I want to submit to my man. Let me explain. When I hear this definition, like you just said, Adrian, submitting has a negative connotation. It means that you are less important, you are lower than that person that you're submitting to. It usually can be like, you know, referenced as somebody who works lower than you, and that's not what I'm referring to here.
Yeah,
but what I've really learned in my life for my definition of marriage, I'm not saying what I want works for everybody, I'm saying for me, I'm a very dominant woman. I own my business, I lead my teams, I played my own manager, my own publicist, my own lawyer when I didn't have money to have those people. So I make the decisions in my life. When I come home, I like the idea that my man leads us. That doesn't mean that in this case, Jay makes all the decisions for us. That doesn't mean that when he says, how are we spending our money or where are we moving, that I just say, yes, sir, or yes, your honor.
Yep.
Like, it's not that. It's a, you know what? I think that we would do best here. I want to do this. And he takes the decision. He formulates it with our overall vision. And he leads us. And I like to submit to him. I don't want to lead in our household and in our marriage. I want him to lead, and I have all the essence of what I bring as a wife to make that decision, but that I love that my husband will be the man that leads. I like that structure in a marriage, and I look forward to that because, girls, it's tiring being the boss of me. It's tiring leading all the time in my life.
All the time.
And I come home, I be the boss to that all the time.
Yeah,
Adrian.
I don't like labels. I don't like labels. I don't like.
I agree.
I just hope that, you know, the thing is that, like I said, what people do in their relationship is fine, but I don't want to be taken outside. And sometimes men tend to feel like, well, this is how a woman is supposed to act. And if I'm working with you as a person on the outside, don't treat me like whatever your marriage is. I don't want that. I am my own person. Treat me like an equal. That's the only problem I have with that. What you do in your marriage,
I hear you, Lonnie.
But outside, don't treat me like I'm your wife.
Yeah, sorry about that, Derek. But let me understand something here. You see, that is why, right, GD, my about they start to beatbox and dial it back, right? Because Google GZ on relationships and marriage, and you will understand that she can't be out here talking about submission is big, Joe.
She can't. She simply can't. Right? But I had some screenshots and stuff like that a few weeks ago when we were, for this particular topic. I might delete them and stuff like that because she shows how she's being treated, right? She get flew on a private jet and all that. But she can't get flew out. She married, so they ain't flew out no more. Yeah. But they're blown out, flying private, that kind of thing, go to exotic locations and all. But we can come to that kind of thing in a little bit, right? But he treats her very well, at least from what she posts and what she says. She was married to a guy, Freddie, can't remember his last name. I think it's Hartice, something like that is his last name. And she didn't get pregnant for him. They were married a decade, right? It didn't work out for whatever reason. She hooked up with young GZ, whatever you want to call him, because he ain't say young no more. And before the calculated years, as what people say, she was pregnant, right? Going forward. And she is saying no. Yeah, she is submitting to her husband, right? And she has her advice for you. She said you need to make time and space for a man to lead, right? And that is something, the same thing that Pastor T.D. Yates, Pastor Bishop T.D. Yates would have said in his Father's Day sermon a few months ago, right? You know, that get a whole set of pushback. People don't want to hear that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I got that too. Yeah. And here's the interesting thing. I've heard, that's a clip I gotta find and bring. I've heard women say that men should make women follow their lead. Say what now? Nah. Why do I have to fight for you to follow my lead? If I gotta fight to get you to be on my team, why? I mean, I can go fight to keep you on my team. We can forever be fighting, right?
I'm glad you bring that analogy about team, though. Go ahead. Yeah. I think that's so apt in today's NBA and NFL.
Because we always hear that, it's a team thing. And these ladies talked about it as well. It's a team thing. You want partnership and all that there. But at the end of the day, somebody needs, the buck has to stop with someone in a relationship, in any relationship, right? When you're at work, you got a boss, but anything happening, it stops a boss.
There you go, that misogyny again.
And that I'm talking about a job and a professional situation.
You're equating a job to marriage?
But here's the thing. Marriages were, back in the day, for social and financial stability. So it was more like a business than this romanticized love that we talk about now today. Right. But that's another story for another time, right? Give me clip number 5, Neil, because this is very interesting as well.
Clip number 5. Here we go.
You know what? I love what you're saying, Jeannie, but I think also you can be the boss outside and want to come in and feel girly and let him lead. But I also think what Lonnie is saying about, just feeling like no one's really above each other, that he will check in with her, she will check in with him. And I think that makes you feel like you're in charge of your life too. You each have strengths and weaknesses, and you lean on each other. Right.
You each have strengths and you each have weaknesses, and you lean on each other. Yes, but I'm describing like I grew up in a household. My mom has a very strong force, and she took over a lot of decisions in the household to the point that my dad, unless it was always going to be a fight, he was like, you know what? Go ahead. Whatever you want to decide, go ahead. And I'm just going to do me. And that causes a wedge. And I can have that tendency. I'm just saying for me, I can have that tendency to follow like my mom because it's what I grew up in and I saw it. And I saw in my living space, I would all of a sudden just wake up and go and make decisions without asking and checking in. So I am the fault that can cause the inequality because I am pulling in my habits from my old household to how I run my business today. And that is not okay. And I'm careful and aware of that today. So I'm just telling that to anybody else who didn't tell me that when I could have learned that before.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get this community building.
Yeah, man. I see some of the ladies in the chat a little confused by Lonnie Love. It's she doesn't when the labels comment. It's not that she doesn't like labels, folks. She doesn't like order. She doesn't like structure. That's really what it is. And if you have a man, as Neil said just now, you got a man like Jeezy that operated on a certain level. Jeannie might can't come on the people TV and hear she wants to say she don't want certain things. She just can't. Because Jeezy ain't having it. Not that he's going to make her do anything.
That's the thing. It's not Jeezy ain't and put hands on the woman or threaten the woman or nothing.
Ain't nothing.
Nothing. But
he just makes it clear.
But when he done,
this is how I operate.
Okay, good. And when he done
that. Sorry, Neil.
No. I'm just saying that when Jeezy done, if she was to go out there and say something like, "Oh, submission is bare John. I would never submit, shouldn't submit, whatever." Jesus said, "Is that out there saying, right?" You can look too motivated, or if you get home with Jeezy and say, "Yeah, submission or whatever," you got da. Jeezy will say, "Very well, very well." And when he decides to file for a divorce and pull away from her, that's it. And no, she got foot.
She out there, how Neil? She out there.
And that's the thing, you know, Jeezy is not a broke man. No. Jeezy is the financial larger Moby in that relationship. So,
and she does very well for herself, huh?
And she does very well. Exactly. So if you want to roll that dice and thought, people talk about submission and thing. Jeezy ain't in a ranker. But when he man done, he done.
And that's the part that I think a lot of people misconstrue. Or there's this quarreling and they're gonna be fighting and there's this. And certain men just ain't tolerating certain things. Nobody forcing you to do nothing. This is how I operate. If you want to be with me, you will have to operate accordingly. There's really no scope for you to say you want to do you going rogue, you do you want to take it don't work like that. I am forcing you to do nothing. But this is how I operate. And most men that operate on a certain level, they have that order, they have that structure, they live their lives a certain way. And if you can't get in line with that, because the woman said the other night may need to get in line and just vote Democrat with the women. So I guess we can use the term to get in line. If you can't get in line with that man, all right, cool. But we find somebody else who can, right?
Yep.
Now I can say to that last clip as well. I lived Jeannie Mai's dad's experience, right? And I know I am not the only man who did. We say all the time, men want peace and peace more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than fight up, a man will keep quiet. That's a certain man. A man would allow a woman to have her way.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's not a hill on which he is prepared to die. But there's a caveat, right? That man will shut his mouth. He will keep quiet. It ain't important enough. I ain't quarreling about it, right? Mm-hmm. Especially if it can disrupt my sex, right?
Right.
But what happens is that man will eventually get tired of being spoken to as if he's a child. Or get tired of the fact that everything goes in one direction. And he has no scope to express how he feels or to lead in the relationship. And that man will leave.
Mm-hmm.
Much to Neil's point. Then a rancor, then a quarreling. And further to the point, to hammer home the point, folks, Jeannie Mai's dad has moved on. He has moved on. He's remarried from what I understand. Jeannie Mai's mom, however, is still very much. But that is the part that the other ladies on the panel are not going to tell you. Right? No. Capitalism has increased the want for more luxury. Not just more luxury, right? Just do a quick scroll through your timeline on any social media platform and you'll see what I mean, right? There are now a proliferation of pics of yachts and yacht cruises and staycations at fancy hotels and resorts, right? Most average men don't want or need that life. Let me be real. most men comfortable, yeah. But this is life that women want. Most men, sorry, not all. But not all police, not all women, not all, right? Most men are comfortable just chilling in the comfort of their own home or at their favorite spot, whether that be a bar or watching TV, playing some video games or whatever. But women are not wired, not all, are not wired like that, right? I talk about consumption commonalities on this channel all the time. And this is what modern marriage looks like now. We like doing the same thing, so let me get married. If and when a child and other real world situations pop up, you try to work these out or not. You just get divorced and on to the next, right? Capitalism has made people in general, black women in particular, not all, want to consume more and more. So they want the cruises and trips and staycations, thus making the average earning man who can't afford these things consistently invisible and obsolete. We've been told that there's next kin to nothing that the average man can do for the modern woman. Not all. At least from a monetary or materialistic standpoint. So how can the modern man expect submission? I told you all at the top of the show, stop expecting that. Don't even ask for it, right? Men have to prove that they are worthy of submission. But what is the price of that submission? Every man must be willing to lay down his life for his woman. But is that enough? We've seen two black women sit on a panel and fix their mouths to say that Martin Luther King wasn't a great man because he allegedly cheated on his wife, even though that wasn't proven. And because I am who I am, an equal opportunity offender and triggerer, we have that video for you here. So Neil, give me the next video.
Yes, sir.
Important, the fact that Martin Luther King is the man that fought for freedom, or the fact that he was cheating on his wife?
Jesus. I'm gonna give you this example. He's a great father. He's a great businessman. He's a great CEO. He's an entrepreneur. He's such a boss. He's a boss. Look at that man. He's a boss.
Look at him.
He's a great father. Look at him, that strong black man.
Look at him being at his kid's game.
But you're cheating on your wife. You're not a good husband. But he's great in all these other aspects. How are you a great leader, a great CEO, a great black man? You're not great.
You're
not great. God, you're not. That is triggering.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a good dad. You're not a good dad because you don't respect me. How the fuck you showing these kids you a good father or you don't respect their mother? You're not a great dad, my nigga. You're an okay human.
Someone being a good person to you means they're a good person to you. Someone being a good person to everyone means that they're a good person.
I am grateful that she brought some semblance of sanity to this foolish clip. Anyhow, we talk about that.
So Dr. Martin Luther King laid down his life not only for his wife, but for black people the world over, essentially. Even that wasn't enough to make him worthy in the sight of these two lovely ladies. Right? We see it all the time in movies and even in day-to-day life. And I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. The teenage boy who takes out a teenage girl is expected to protect that girl from any and all comers should anything untoward occur. And anybody who is a parent understands what I'm talking about, right? I would expect, as a father of a daughter, that anybody turn up at my house, even though it is unreasonable for me to expect that a youngster turn up at my house to carry up my daughter, that should something happen, he's going to bring her back home safely. And I'm sure Neil would expect on some level that should he take out a young lady, that he is responsible for ensuring that she gets where she's going to safely and back.
Facts on facts.
Even though we know that that expectation really and truly of a 15, 16-year-old boy is really and truly unfair. Anybody remember Bad Boys 2?
Yeah,
where Reggie turned up at the door?
Who the?
And Martin and Will Smith get him on one of the roughest interrogations you can ever see. He said, "You're 15, nigga, you look 30." Anybody remember that?
Yes, I do.
Have my daughter home at 10 o'clock.
At 10:01, I'm in the car.
In the car.
I got the guns. You locked and loaded.
Locked and loaded. And honey, yo, in ass down.
Yes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And Reggie was 15. But the expectation was that he would take her out, have a nice time, bring her back home. Anything jump off, Reggie can handle it at 15.
Yep.
Right? But that is not enough for you to get submission, gentlemen. Yeah? No. I want you to imagine with me, if you will, going into your doctor's office, folks, yeah? You've gone to your doctor for years because you know him and you know he knows what he's talking about, what he's doing. You trust his knowledge base, his skill set, and his opinions, right? If you didn't, you wouldn't be there, right? You go into his office, you sit in his chair, and when he tells you to open up and say, you retort with your own different opinion of what he should do. This is the fascinating thing about this whole submission thing. Women date and marry up. Right? They let it be known in no uncertain terms what they're looking for in a man. So they've pursued a man on the same level as, and many times even higher than they are. But now they come into the relationship and they don't want to let that man continue to do what he does in the interest of both of them. Yes, I said both. B-O-A-F. Both of them. I saw a screenshot yesterday that said a man would naturally want to provide for a woman if she said she just lets him. That made me laugh because I couldn't believe that was something so novel. I could not believe that was breaking news. Right? And the interesting thing is I saw it being shared on different people's social media stories and stuff like that. I just had a hearty laugh because this kind of stuff amuses me, right? Again, I'm just a commentator. Mm-hmm. All right. You see, I do these things with a smile on my face because essentially I am very entertained by the psychology of it all, right?
Yeah, man.
Now, to hear these women on this panel tell it, right? Submission is slavery. Mm-hmm. It doesn't benefit women. You'll be left barefoot, pregnant, not cared for or protected, and all your dreams left unfulfilled. This couldn't be further from the truth. I've gone over the 4 P's ad nauseum. I don't feel the need to go over them again here tonight. I hope I don't have to go over them again tonight. But when you submit to a man, you are placing yourself under the covering of his 4 P's. His protection, his provision, his problem solving, his procreation. Yeah? He's going to protect you from as much as he could protect you from. He's going to provide for you. You don't got to worry. He's going to provide foresight. It is problem solving. You as a lady, you are going to provide insight. The devil is in the details, they say. That's why women tend to be a little bit more meticulous. So he's going to provide his foresight, his problem solving for you. He's going to see things on a large scale. You can provide your insight, your counsel, which he will lean to, because that's what good leaders do. They lean to all the information, they collect all the information and make an informed decision. Mm-hmm. And then your procreation, you can get the sex that you want. Yeah. All the intimacy and the loving up that you want, you're going to get that from this man. And you don't got to be, pulling yourself hither, thither, and yon, trying to get 4 men to give you 4 sets of peas. There's no pun intended. Yeah. That is what submission is. When you find the man that you know is worth it, and you say, well, look, this man got me covered in these 4. I could get this man any problem, most problems. This man got my back. He knows how to solve it. He gonna work it out. I could work with he. Anyway, this man, if he's safe, I ain't gonna worry about nothing. He gonna protect me. Like, cool. He gonna provide anything I need. He got that covered. And when it comes to the procreation, he got that covered too. And not necessarily me making up babies, no, I mean in terms of the loving. So, you know, black people, we love some sex, right? Mm-hmm. So this man got you covered in all them aspects, right? The interesting thing about that discussion is that all those ladies agreed when Jeannie Mai said it was tiring to be the boss all the time. Everybody was like, yes, it's tiring.
Girl, you don't know, yeah.
But they cannot let go of the programming and allow themselves to be taken care of and cared for by a man. Yeah? But you got a lot to answer for. Yeah? They just can't let it go. Ladies, being submissive doesn't mean it will hold you back. Yeah? It doesn't mean that at all. If you've chosen the right man, submission opens the door to life on easy street. Believe me, I ain't gonna tell when the lights but choose on Thursday.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are indeed watching the Senate podcast. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Most important words I just said is share, and like the content. Now, the reason why I find it fascinating that we always have to come and do submission is because I think it has to do with the connotation, right? Submit, when you look at the context with which submission was wrapped up around and the antiquated vows that were kind of written in a doctrine some 2,000 years ago, women don't really like to deal with that. They don't really want to deal with a submission. But the truth of the matter is, whenever you have real conversation with women, right? You literally have that conversation with women, and you say, what are you looking for? By and large, women will tell you they want help. They want to be able to shut off their brain. They want to be able to shut off the efforts and energy that they got to do in their day-to-day life. They want a partner to hold their end of the couch, as Derek would say, right? Which is hilarious to me because you don't want to submit to a man, but yet women want men to lead. Men ask out women on the first date. Men tell women, yeah, let me get in a relationship. Men, they say, yeah, let me go on a walk. Let me go for a relationship, right? And so you want a man. There are certain things that men, it ain't even negotiable that society and women want men to do. They ain't a thought. You understand me? Shoot. The laws and provisions in most of the Western society lean toward making sure that men lead and provide to the detriment of men because of the pressure they put. We ain't getting into that. That's not what this is about. So let me see if I understand our trap we're going on here. Women have fought for their equality, which is fine. You've had certain rights and privileges afforded to you in the Western society. You can now vote, you can now work, you can get educated, you can get the benefits equivalent to a man in society. We are all for that. That ain't got nothing to do with a relationship. That ain't got nothing to do with family. That ain't got nothing to do with the rearing of children. That ain't got nothing to do with the domestication of a household. That's society. That's outside. That is you going to work, you going to vote, you going and run for president, or you going to, that has nothing to do with what's going on inside your house. You see, I always say in this space, right? We have changed and adapted and become so insightful and awoken and enlightened when it comes to how human existence should go, technology and rights and privileges, etc., etc. However, the family structure, relationships and the man-woman dynamic have not adapted. Now, of course, I don't mean all women because not every woman wants to be married. Let's be honest, and that's fine. There are women out there that want to be single. There are women out there that don't want to be married. There are women out there that have no desire to be in a committed long-term relationship, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. My issue is with the women that do want the committed relationships, that do want the marriages, that do want a family, that do want a man. I'm talking about them in submitting, talking about them is a bad bee, them is a diva, them is a queen, and them is submitting to no man. I see somebody in the chat talking about submission is based on trust, and I completely 1000% agree. Submission is based on trust. But when you can start to submit, some women say, I can submit when the man marry me. I can submit when the man show me he's worthy of leading. I can submit, I can submit, I can submit. But yet still a man is supposed to blindly provide, a man is to blindly protect, and a man is blindly supposed to create stability and security from day one. It amazes me that we hear the word equality thrown around. It is thrown around, right? But yet still there's a certain expectation on men on what they should and should not do and provide. So we used to provide from date one, we used to pay for the date. We supposed to buy the ring, we supposed to propose, supposed to put in a house. We supposed to do these things, and that is fine. I have no problem with that. I want to be very, very clear. I have no problem with men providing from day one. I have no problem with men showing the security and stability from day one. I have no problem with that. What I take umbrage with is that the submission part of it is conditional. The feminine part of it is conditional. It depends on when, where, how, trust. I am to blindly play for you the first day. I'm supposed to blindly play to fly you out. I'm supposed to blindly do these things for you. They're not trust. Why don't know you? Why is it supposed to be? Why we do a show before about going Dutch. We do a show on proposals and stuff like that. Right? We did those shows before. When they want to hear that Dutch talk, you carry me out, you ask me out, carry me out. Pay for the money, pay for the thing.
That's a fact.
You understand?
What's up with that Dutch nothing?
No, Dutch nothing. You want to marry me, tell me you want to marry me. You want me to be your woman, tell me you want me to be your woman. You is supposed to tell me that as the man. We got to get, we don't have to, you see, for men in a trust, is blind faith. This is going to sound controversial, but you know what? That is why men stay in marriages. That's why the divorce rates are where they are, because men don't operate in bad faith when they get with a woman. We don't operate in bad faith. We don't. When we meet a woman, I likes you and wants you, we are going in it. Most men, healed, well, proper thinking men, we approach and say, you know what? I like you, want you, let me see, let me carry up on a date and see what's going on here. But you got to trust me now. You got to build up a trust to submit to me. No problem. No problem. And then the thing about the submission that's get me is that it's like a faucet for women. They could turn it on and off at their leisure. But men must constantly provide like a waterfall, like Niagara Falls. We used to always constantly be running. Water always supposed to be on. So if you want equality, right? As equality you say now, you want equality. Why nobody ain't getting Dutch? Why more women ain't want propose? You want equality? Why you want a man that making more than you? Why some of y'all choosing men that below y'all? Because there's another thing we don't talk about, you know. The same meme that you talked about, right, Derek, that said men will naturally want to carry you sanity, etc., 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 right? You know, that when a woman really likes you, got saying for you, and feeling you, submission ain't a talking point, you know. You know, I never had an issue I have never had an issue or a problem with submission in all of my relationships, right? When when everything was going good, there was no problem with submission. You understand? We know our strengths and our weaknesses. We knew what was what and where was where. Yeah, sometimes I may not have been in the space to lead. But at the end of the day, I never had no woman say, well, I's a boss, but you got to do for me. And any woman that can run me with that, it never lasts long. So when a woman got something for you, when a woman really like you and love you, and this is the thing that does get me about this talking points, you know, and these, cause men don't talk nothing about provide. You don't hear men, and master who want to provide, who want to provide for the body. We make it, who? Nah, boy, nah, boy, security, protection, no, boy, stability, nah, boy, not me. You don't hear that? Because men understand what it is.
And the interesting thing about that, Neil, is that even if a woman comes with children, a man understands, well, all right, I got to deal with this here too.
But brother man, the thing about it is women just get on you. But remember a time we had said in this space that men don't take up women that have children already. Remember you said that? Don't take another man bill. They get cruel. They get vexed. Whenever you say that, they just get vexed. However, you want a man to provide for not only you, but another man child. You can't submit because you don't feel safe and trusted. But a man is to provide regardless if you feel safe or trusted, though. You and the man ain't talking. You and the man don't even sleep in the same bed talking to the woman the other day that thought about she want non-traditional marriage. You and the woman ain't even sleeping in the same bed. A man kick open the door and say your money or your life. I vex with she, but I go gonna protect your place.
Yep.
But then we got another video when a man come home doing a double shift. He can't get nothing to eat. Matter of fact, the cold pizza that left over, he can't even he get offered the crust. So
and that man, Neil, because you see Rihanna making the point that how many men can provide the four P's, and she's saying particularly providing the provision part. That man in that video was providing for the house. He paid all the bills, cover the car, rent, all that stuff, all the children extracurricular activities like that he covered.
Yep.
And he can get the submission, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just quickly, Neil, before I get back to you, you talk about the four P's, Rihanna, you talk about the provision. That's only one. It's got together things. And that's the problem. A lot of people bring little down men to providing a check.
Right.
And it's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to acknowledge the problem solving, the procreation, and the protection as well.
Yep. And let us be clear, right? Let us be clear, right? We are not saying, and we've said it in this space so many times, submission. And I think one of the ladies on the one of the clips was saying that submission is not exclusive to the woman. It's not exclusive that the woman must, in every facet and form of a relationship, must submit to a man. Exclusively, that's not. We have never advocated for that. We all know that when it comes to newborn baby, if the mother said the child need to eat or the baby need to change or the baby need X or Y, the man submits to the understanding that this woman knows what is best for the child. If your child go to school and you got to deal with children, by and large, man say, you know what? I will lean to you and your leadership. I will give counsel, but you are in charge of that department. There are departments that women are better inclined to deal with, and there are things that men are better inclined to deal with, strengths and weaknesses. So a submission is not a dictatorship. It's not, well, what you saying, here goes. If the woman say, well, you know, honey, we could spend a little bit more money and get this fridge. Hey, master, I'm buying that fridge. Nah. But she said, but babe, you know, we keep buying this size fridge and it ain't adequate to our needs. And the man said, I can't about that. I say that the fridge and buying it here and the fridge and buying it here, because you don't want to follow a man that ain't leading properly. We ain't telling one to blindly follow nobody, you know. We have never said to blindly follow no one, you know. But by the same token, you still have to understand that submission is not as nefarious as it has been made out to be. If you want a healthy, proper relationship, if you are a healthy individual, and she is a healthy individual, right? Or he is a healthy individual, you all come together. Submission ain't a problem. Provision ain't a problem. Nurturing ain't a problem. It's not a problem. But people that you always realize, right? And I want y'all to pay proper attention, because there's get plenty men in the red pill space, right? Or the men that's thought them need father figures. Or them men get hurt by a woman who hurt you, this and that and next. But I want you to pay attention to women that have a problem with submission. They're either A, in a marriage where, just like what she named Lonnie Love or whatever, she is the dominant, or she is the socially and financially superior person.
She's a bigger mobby.
She's the bigger mobby. Or woman is single, right? Or
no dog.
Yo,
Kevin.
shout out Kevin. Or C, the woman just has a hurt and has not healed from it. So she putting on this facade as being a bad B, right? I want y'all to pay great attention to it. You see what the woman there, Jeannie Mai? Jeannie Mai walk it all the way back. She moonwalk. Look at the other three women that was talking out the mouth. The same, what's she name? Grazielle, what's she name?
Garcelle Beauvais.
Garcelle Beauvais. She got somebody? She married? She put she pointing behind Michael Jackson and Jamie Foxx.
Michael Jordan and Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx.
She was married to a guy, a producer, a promoter, producer. One he told them, but that didn't work out. A Caucasian gentleman.
Right. And that didn't work out. So she's single, she ain't about submission. So she's single. But the other one,
she said it would never work for her.
And it would never work for her. Fine. She's single, right? And she 50s. Lonnie Love. She is bigger. Right. She's the bigger Mobby and she hosts. Right? We saw what the woman named Overson, Miss Overson, the other day. When she was married to the man and flying out to see at the drop of a hat to see Bow Wow and Lil Wayne. Right? Yep. She was the bigger Mobby in our marriage. Right? So she could decide to do and what not to do. Right? But the woman that is happily married, that understands that me and a man can't both be leading consistently and all the time in a particular department, ain't gonna work. So if my role is to wash dishes and to clean the kitchen, we've agreed that that's what it is. I've leaned toward that. We've thought I used to clean the kitchen, I used to clean the house. I clean the house, you come in here. How you in here cleaning in here? In here, let the bear jump. Man, look, give me the mop, let me clean it here.
That's the problem, you know, Neil, because anytime you think about submission, there's always the cooking and cleaning aspect that's come up. Right? That's always the stuff that comes up. And people think, women think that that's all men want women to do. Right? And there's so much more to it. But, you know, by the time you talk about cooking and cleaning, that's a problem.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
That's
so I
problem.
understand why the women upset. Because it's like, sure, I got to cook and clean for this man. Like, if they make it eat too. But, you know.
Or reap the benefits of a clean house. So it really does fascinate me why submission is such a problem. Because I guarantee you, I could almost, and I bet him mine, but I will almost put down this wager, right? That all of the women that have a problem with submission, if the man of their dreams was to walk through the door and say, here, tune, right? The woman say, you, this man checking all of these boxes and boxes I never know I have put down. And the man say, here, tune, right? This how I move in. This is how he is, right? The man is not disrespectful. The man is not abusive. The man is not unfaithful or dealing with this sort of thing. The man is just a particular man that has no problem in doing things his way. You can see how quick, right? Submission ain't a problem no more. Because when you look at it, right? Women can talk about how they want to be independent, they want to be this, that, and next, the third, and the fourth. But you hearing these women saying, I want to be flown out. Child, I want help with these bills. Child, I want help with these children. Child, I want help. I want to live this lap of luxury. I want to be obsessed. I want to be in a pool somewhere, taking a picture, sipping some mimosas. I wish somebody's son would come and take me up. Shoot, here Tuesday the other day, a woman was there begging for it and I can't pick she up. Please, white man, come and save me.
Yep. I got more from her too, by the way, that is applicable for tonight's discussion. So I'll send that to you now.
No problem. But yeah, it's just I am tired of wait, hold on. I'm dealing with the interloper here. Let me report this here, because I know he come from all of a sudden now. Right? Right? I don't understand. She's on my saying enough too. I can't even catch all. Yeah. I just don't understand, right? Why this is always such a problem. It is okay to look out and say, you know what? I ain't submitting to no man. Because you ain't see the man ain't materialized. There ain't a man there to say that you will submit to or not. But it's be a little different when you got the lovely feelings in your mind and you thinking about marriage. Then the submission sounds sweet. But then somewhere along the line, you stop with the submission because the marriage ain't going according to how you want.
Ain't fresh
and clean. All of a sudden, now you got to deal with things that you didn't really bargain for. You know, the ups and downs and the left and rights of life, you ain't built for it. And this is the thing, you know, if you ain't built for the marriage, if you ain't built for the commitment, if you ain't built for submission, then go on the sidelines and have a seat.
That's fine. Ain't wrong with that.
Listen, we have no problem with a woman that say, you know what, I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be married. I want to be single. I ain't about no submission. I ain't about no man. I ain't trusting nobody. I about being by myself. No problem. But you see all it means that when I posting, and you see all of the talk when they're talking about men and this and that and relationships and stuff like that, right? Just stop confusing place. Just be single in silence. Have nothing to say when it comes to relationships. If you have no intention of getting in one, if you have no intention to getting in a relationship, if you have no intention of being married, if you have no intention on being with someone in a committed capacity and trying to make life work and try to make things work and try to face life with someone, then what are you talking about relationships for? That's like me, right? Coming up on this podcast talking about how on, yeah, we can talk about carpentry. Today we are talking about carpentry. So you gotta take your lift, right? And you go, right? And then sometimes you gotta get a 1/4 inch. Oh, you don't care nothing about. I have no intent to be a carpenter. I have no intent to be a plumber. I have no intent to be a bank manager. I have no intention of doing those things. So why would they come and talk about bank manager things? Why would they come and talk? I have no desire to be a bank manager. I may have been a bank manager before, and they say, you know what, that life ain't for me. Listen, I used to work in the financial space, right? Way back when I used to be an investments officer for a company here in Barbados, a financial company in Barbados. And I realized, you know what, while I understand it and I have some joy for it, ain't for me. I don't, that's what I want. I have no intention to be a financial advisor or anything like that. So why would they come here and give people financial advice and talk about how one you should be this and that and do this and that and next? And give people advice, good or bad, about finances. I don't want to be that. I want to save money and have somebody tell me how to deal with my money and invest my money. I don't want to go deal with that. So why would they come and tell somebody, this Derek boy, you need to put your money in stocks and you need to diversify and put it in this interest rate. So why you don't want to be in a relationship and you want to be single, you don't want to be married, you come got something to say about the dynamics of a relationship? It fascinates me. It fascinates me whenever we talk about submission, how whether it is people over and away on the internet or whatever, or people in this chat that just have a problem with submission. You can hear trust, you can hear former trauma, you can hear all sorts of equivocation to get around the fact that submission is a natural part of a healthy relationship between a man and a woman. Both a man and a woman in a healthy relationship submit to each other. I had a conversation last night with a very close female friend of mine, right? And we were talking about submission. We were talking about the dynamics of submission. And she herself said she has absolutely no problem submitting to her partner. She has no problem with it. She has absolutely no problem with it. She understands that if she is that level with the partner, there is trust, there is commitment, there is fidelity. There are things that you ain't gonna mention.
Yeah.
Like we out here saying day one, yeah, babe, I let you, I want to carry on the day. Yes, sir. You want me to shine your shoes? You want me to, I could wash your dishes? No. That's not what we are talking about. We are not talking about. I mean, saying,
Lord, sorry, Cherish. Cherish says submission requires a person to be accountable to choose a person who can lead and make good decisions. To do that, we as women would have to level up and do a lot of inner work, change mindsets even. But remember, some of us are here for the wedding and not the marriage. Jeez, break, Cherish,
pelting,
man.
You're pelting.
Let me get the ear horn there, man. Let me get the ear horn.
And I'm glad Cherish said that. I completely agree with Cherish, right? But let me give you an example. Derek talked about the 4 Ps, right? And the reason why I am single, and I can say this openly and admittedly, the reason why I'm single, right, is because I have not consistently provided the 4 Ps in my relationships. I have not been consistent. I have done it, but I have not been consistent for various reasons, but it's not about excuses. The point remains is that I understand why I'm single, and I am doing my best to be more consistent. You understand what I'm saying? Yep. Therapy, healing, medication, being more aware and conscious of who I am as a man and what I, being confident in what I provide. I am man enough to admit that I have failed in relationships. Some of my relationships because I have not been consistent in provision. I have provided, I have problem solved. You know what I mean? I have
But is the
procreated.
consistency?
It's the
And you see
consistency.
that's difficult for a lot of us as men to come into that space where you realize, okay, well, this is how I'm supposed to lead. I am really supposed to lead my house as opposed to being led or appreciate thinking that. But and that's something I would have spoken about it here on this platform before. In my marriage, it's like, well, you kind of just my wife want to do so and so, like
Let me do
let's
so
do so and
so.
so.
But
You know
here
what I mean?
comes the show when he was in therapy. What she said?
She didn't want that. She wanted me to be more proactive and to lead. So we as men have difficulty, and that's something we have to walk into. We gotta go through some hurts and stuff like that first, and grow into that.
Me and Derek, we over 40. We ain't got mastered yet. Shoot, we know learning. Me personally learning. I had an encounter with a young lady before, right? Where there was intention given to date, right? And I did provide a space of stability and security as best as I could, right? However, over time, just like Derek said, I kind of like, I was a little passive, right? A little passive on certain things or whatever. And she ultimately got frustrated about it because I was not consistent and intentional with my provision and my, you know what I mean? Not that I wasn't providing and stuff like that, but the provision for a man is so many different things. You gotta be on it, on the ball all the time. You see?
All the time.
That's why.
All the time.
That is why, right? Women want to walk in men's shoes. Women want to be boss bees. Women want to be divas and queens. And women want to
But what do women say? What do women say?
It's hard. As a man, I could tell you, as a man with a son, as a man with a relationship, as a man that trying to have some semblance of understanding this life, right? It is hard to be consistent because it ain't easy. So if you want to get through the stress of leading and providing and protecting, and I want to get through the stress of leading, providing and protecting, right? Somebody going to want partnership, right? Going to want 50-50. So you protect, provide, I protect, provide. But then when we both tired of protecting and providing, we both can't put up your hands and throw up your hands.
Somebody got to step up.
So we got to work shifts, right? So now if I on shift and you off, that means I in the lead, right? And when you on shift and I off, that means you in the lead, right? I just saying, think about what you want in life. I want to be married. I want a relationship. I want a good deal to settle down with and spend the rest of my life with. Same thing Derek says. He wants that too. Meaning that we have to rework and learn from the mistakes we have made in previous relationships. We now have to understand. That's why I'm grateful for this space too, because this is helping me to be a better man. You understand? Certain things that I realized, Chanel, boy, you really dropped the ball in this regard, or maybe you should be more proactive in certain things, or if you say you intent on this and that and the next, you know what I mean? Mental health, physical health, career, your son, and then you got to juggle relationships. If you intent on all of that life you want, you got to be mindful and aware and seek guidance, help, nurturing, and dealing with your life to have some semblance of control of it. In that, I want a partner. I want a woman. I want I want to marry somebody. I want to be with somebody. I want a woman that I could feel comfortable to submit to, and I want a woman to feel comfortable in me to lead. That's what I want. I want when they come home, right? If she say, well, babe, the lawn, I organize a man to come and cut the lawn over the weekend, right? So I put the money there. When he come, you sort it out. No problem. Or if she working 2-3 jobs, or she doing whatever she doing in her life, and they say, look, I know you had a busy day today. I cook, I clean, and make sure everything good. Come home, eat, relax yourself. You can watch a movie, chick flick that you like or whatever. That is leadership versus submission. There's no problem in taking the lead and taking care of your partner. In a submit, you understand what I mean? Like, you're taking care of someone. So if I come, like I outside cutting the lawn. Shoot, I can carry it there. I outside cutting lawn, hot sun, cutting lawn, trimming hedge and everything like that. My woman taking the initiative and the lead in providing me with a meal so that when they come in, I could be refreshed and, refuel to go back out and continue cutting. y'all can see that as submission, but she ain't leading. Well, I tell she to cut me nine. I tell she to clean me nothing. I tell she to make me no lemonade. I tell she nothing. I cut in the grass. I have no expectation of it.
But here's the thing, no, Neil. Here's the thing about that, right? I was watching a content creator favorite of mine, Crimson Cure. Check out the Crimson Cure for she is an awesome content creator, right? How would you look at that? I watch a female content creator. Who would have thought? And she says this: anytime you as a man, right, got to be begging your woman to provide food and drink for you. She don't let you like that.
Yo.
And this is her reasoning for it. We've all given food, prepared a plate or whatever for random people at some point in life. I've been to events and it's like, shoot, I prepare myself, I fix some plate for myself. You next, I put scuba rice for you plate and the fish fry. You know what I mean? You want a piece of ham, I put it by your plate. It takes very little off of you to prepare a meal. I don't even want it for somebody you love. For somebody that you know. So if you're a woman, don't want to prepare a meal for you fellas. You got serious things to consider. Yeah, submission in it. That you like least of your problems.
Least of your problems. And you know the young lady that was talking earlier, when she was talking about use pay all the bills in here, use, you know what I mean? Use cook and clean, use providing everything like that. So why I gotta come and do it for you? But my question for you, my girl, is if I just provide for myself, I just cook for myself, I just do all the things for myself, and you have no intention of integrating into my life to make my life that much easier as I am willing to do for you, and why do I have you here? If I am willing to lay my life out for you, I am willing to give you money for any and everything. I am willing to cook, clean, make sure you got everything that you need to feel comfortable in our home. And you are somehow equating that to what you do them, whether I come or I don't come. You can do them things for yourself anyhow. So why I gotta come and add and create? But if that's your attitude, you have shown me that I have no reason for you in my life. So go from wrong place. So, and I see Rihanna here saying it, right? It just popped up. You do it out of love, not because you can do it yourself. And that is why, right? I have come to the conclusion that there is school of thinking that is not about love anymore. At least, let me be clear. I don't mean within my world. Because trust me, I am love. When a woman comes around me, she does things for me out of love. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not talking about in my world. My problem before was trying to think that everybody should be doing it out of love. But I've realized, and they're showing me, what you could do for me. And what you could do for me has nothing to do with love. Yeah. If I come to this podcast, right, and we see it so many times in the creative space, a lot of people just be gun-ho to do things. Yeah, we can do this project, this and that next. All of a sudden, the money ain't stirring. So we made done with that.
Yep.
All of a sudden, the clout ain't stirring. Done with that. You understand? The recognition ain't come with that. Done with that. So things fall to the wayside. Me and Derek don't get
love, do it for the likes.
Me and Derek do this thing here now for nearly this is a year and a half. We've been doing this thing, right? We've been doing this thing now. We're getting into the back 9 of 2 years, right? And I ain't gonna sit here and get recognition, good or bad. I ain't sit here and make $1 or $2.
It's more bad than good.
More bad than good. I ain't saying that we ain't make $1 or $2 off of this, but we ain't living high off the hog. We still got day jobs. We still got to go there and earn a living. You understand? Why? Because we love it. We love one another. We love this space. We love creating. We have gotten over the negative that came, and we love what we do. So if you're in a relationship with someone, you with a man, and you say you love this man to the point that you want to get in a relationship with this man, you want to domesticate with this man. Love. You love this man. You want to domesticate with this man. You want to be in a relationship with this man. You want to bear this man children. You want to get married to this man. But submission all of a sudden is a problem. What I ain't got. If I am your man and me ask you to do something and you getting engrossed with it and you can't do it out of love. But that's a red flag to me. Because I will do things out of love for my partner. You understand what I'm saying? If I love somebody, I can do things for them. I can talk to them, make sure they're safe emotionally and mentally and whatever like that. I can make sure that I can provide as best as I can. You know what I mean? If I got it, you got it. If money's stirring, we could live life and we could, you know what I mean? I can make sure that we both enjoy each other's company, whether we out or we inside. Because I love you. But all of a sudden now it's like, I ain't gonna clean in here because he feel he got made in here. I ain't wash no clothes in here. He feel he got made in here. I ain't ask you to do nothing. I can wash my clothes. I wash all of my clothes today. I wash my sheets today, everything like that. I did that today myself. I don't need you to do that for me. But there's a difference in I go out and work all day. I ain't saying, child boy, really, I got met time to wash some clothes. And I come home and see you got my clothes washed. I have no problem with that. Now, let me tell you a little secret, right? I remember one time I was dating this young lady, right? And shoot, this ain't even a one time, this was recently. I was dating this young lady. And, you know, I got clothes there that need folding, right? Got them in the hamper, they need folding. So, you know, she come over, whatever. Yeah, she wants something to eat, drink, whatever. So, you know, I go on to take a shower, whatever. When they come to the shower, she in there folding clothes. I said, what you doing? She's like, folding clothes. Right? I said, but I
go rate that there, go rate that.
Right? But I said I could do that myself. She said, I know about the Darren. You think I asked that woman to fold sand for me? Any woman that watching this that ever dated me, I ever asked her to fold sand for me, clean sand for me, whatever. I remember, right? My son's mother, right? When we were together, before my son was born, she used to be by me all the time, right? I would come home, the woman there, I would be out, I would go to work, come home, she'd be off or she'd be on vacation. The woman there sweeping and cleaning up my room. I asked you to do that? But but by your logic, she's submitting to me, right?
And that's what look at
but
it.
when I got a problem with submission, because when I somehow think the man gonna come in like Ike Turner or Mr. Kick open the door, slap you across your face and say, "Why your hand clean?" Them days gone. Y'all women have made it clear y'all not putting up with that, and men have adjusted. Men don't even think like that anymore.
They don't think like that.
We don't even think like that.
The majority of men ever did. That's the thing. And that's why the color purple is so, and that's why I said earlier in the monologue, what if you got a lot to answer for. Because color purple still exists. Look who you reference. Mr. Yeah. Like Turner. Sure. Like, you know, it is 9:33 folks in Barbados and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. Before we get into the chat, we got a couple of videos we're going to show you guys. You know, like just a bit of an intermission, transition kind of thing. We try to up the thing a little bit, things a little bit differently. So we get a break from hearing it all. We talking on thing. And get some in-flight movies, if you want to call it that.
In-flight movies. All right. So you want the intermission video?
Yeah.
All right, let me get that on the screen.
No, submission is not slavery.
Yeah,
One of the reasons I think submission continues to be a hot topic is because there is this underlying belief that if a woman submits to a man in a relationship, that basically means she's giving up her rights, she's giving up herself, she's giving up her personhood, and she's putting herself in a situation to be controlled and abused. And that's not what it is at all. Submission within the context of a God-fearing relationship, God-fearing marriage, is really for the woman's benefit. It's really for her betterment, for her improvement. And I think today there is this gross misrepresentation that women are just going to be put into positions to be taking care of, you know, being abused and being taken advantage of and just, you know, being violated. And so that's why there's this fear around submission. But it's crazy because at the same time, we don't want to submit, but then we're complaining about not being protected. And that's the thing about it. If we actually want protection, then we have to submit. And really submit, the way that I see it, the way that I understand it, is just recognizing and acknowledging the role that a man has in your life. Acknowledging and honoring the role that my husband has in my life means that, okay, there's going to be certain things that he's good at, certain things that God has revealed to him, and I respect and I honor that. Even if I don't necessarily see it at that moment or agree it, I respect and honor that, okay, this is his place, this is his position. And so
Need the church
I think
organ
we
for she,
really got to
man.
take the fear out of something that is actually quite natural and actually is for our benefit. Because I think a lot of these things that we complain about, not being protected, not being provided for, all those things that we oftentimes hear being complained about, if we just essentially understood the basic principle of submission, then we wouldn't even be having those conversations, because we would be operating in that manner, and then there would be the natural byproduct would be protection. The natural byproduct would probably be provision, all those different things. So I really think we have to start to revisit what this word actually means, because like I said, it's gotten such a negative connotation, and in actuality it's actually something that, when done properly and done in the right context, I believe is really, really actually for the benefit and for the improvement of women, and also for the benefit of men.
Listen, I should have brought out the church. If I didn't know that she was going to be spitting such fast, right? I would have brought the church organ. But that is preaching. That is the
That's
gospel.
Ches Charday. She is big in the thing now. She usually brings the bars. No doubt. She usually brings the bars. So ladies, you can submit or not. You don't have to, or you can edit like we next Friday here. So give me the next one there. So.
On screen.
What I can't seem to understand is how every man is trash. Like, all of y'all is trash. Or y'all just want to come over and fuck. Or Netflix and chill. Y'all don't really want to meet nobody. Or y'all got temporary roommates, aka a bitch. Or you got a wife. Or, I mean, this can't be dating. Like, I know everybody make jokes like, oh, the dating pool got pee in it, blah 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 blah, but this can't be it. Like, this is real life, and this women, like, yeah, we asking y'all for dates, but we got our own money. We got our own money, so it's not like we trying to use y'all. It's just like, niggas is really like this trash, and like, it's ridiculous as a woman in her 30s to like, this is what we gotta deal with. Like, this can't be real. And I follow all the date with intentions and all that. Dating with intentions is like setting you up to, like, once you like go through your spiritual awakening and start dating with intentions and all that shit, it just make you realize, like, all these niggas is trash. All of them. All of them. Or did. And online dating, like, y'all just want to meet up and fuck somebody. It's like, damn, do you even care what my last name is? It's like, I'm not sad about the situation because I know I'm a bad bitch, but it's like, I've talked to literally how many different fucking people, and like every last one of y'all are either married or got a situation or ain't got no money or job or grown up shit or just trash. And this can't be it. Like, this shit ain't right. This shit ain't right dating in your fucking 30s. This shit is not right, bro. I'm just so frustrated.
Brother mine, you should have bring that as a short. But as you bring it here, I can deal with this here no. You know, we've talked about word salad before, right? That is a prime 3-minute example of a word salad with croutons, dressing, olives, colin, Then boys call them baby tomatoes, like cherry tomatoes.
Yeah.
That is exactly what that is. This woman got the gumption to sniffle and cry for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then come and talk. She not sad about the shit. That she's a bad bitch.
She's a bad bitch.
But she bubbies hanging out and wondering why she put the dating profiles and the man ain't want you for nothing other than sex. You know, in another space, right? Women just won't come with all the poeticness and say the energy you put out is the energy you get returned. What you put out into the universe comes back to you. So if you getting back trash, what you putting out there, my girl? You're the same woman the other day thought you want a white man come and save you. I want a white man come save me. Cause these niggas ain't shit. You's a bad bitch. Right? That masculine energy. So when a man come around you and he say, you try her this woman, right? And you, because let's be honest, right? There are men that are predators. There are men out there that just looking to get a quick hit, a quick fix, to manipulate a woman to get sex, or to just use a woman for sex and keep it pushing. We've spoken about these men in this space. Shoot, I'm glad I get on this topic because we got a situation or in our friend circle where a man is doing like this. I have been told not to call any names or anything like that. But anytime I get the okay to talk with this man, right, I am rosy too, because I don't understand. There are men out there that beg for women, they manipulate women to have sex with them. We understand that those men exist, and those men are trash. And we don't condone respect. When we talk about men and providing peace, we talk about them. Because in our minds, we don't see those as men.
And Jeannie might made that point when she was talking. If you got a good man, you can relax.
You can relax. So you
put a easy street.
You put a dating app, right? I am sure in your day-to-day life you portray a masculine bad bitch energy. I can guarantee that. You said it.
How much she here crying though?
Crying, sniffle, right? She ain't sad about it. But here's the thing: what you put out is what came back to you. So if every man you get is trash in your 30s, guess what, my dear? You are the genesis. You are the catalyst. You are the one that getting in with these men. You talk about dating with intention is setting up yourself. Dating with intention is to set up yourself to get hurt and taken advantage of. So then if you're not dating with intention then, and the man just want to hit on Netflix and chill, I don't want to know you nasty, but in the intention, you ain't holding the boy to the standards. You ain't saying, "Chew, I want a husband. I want a man. So if you coming around me, that's how I moving." You ain't doing that. It's funny how you want to be a bad bee. It's funny how women out there want to be a bad bee and to lead them life and push up their chest and talk there's a queen, right? And let bare idiots come around them and sleep with them and have children with them, right? And then me and Derek know that taking accountability and getting therapy and working out and trying to improve yourself and trying to be better man for what we want, we getting blamed for one of shit. And we getting called misogynist and we getting called antiquated in our thinking. But you could be putting people internet, Jeff Bezos, internet, crying, thought you inside. And that
all men is trash.
Look.
All men are trash.
And I want to say real quick before I let Derek dive in the comments. A lot of y'all women out there that fooling yourselves saying that you want a man, and you want a relationship, and you want a marriage, and you're not taking accountability, responsibility, and looking to heal from your past trauma can be just like this woman crying in one of 30s, one of 40s, and one of 50s. Just like the same men that out there trying to manipulate women for sex and not moving with intention and just looking to use people, you will find yourself with enough children and a bad rep, or having to be in debt, or got to deal with ignorant child mothers, sorry to use the term, and deal with a lot of drama and rancor because you ain't got the direction or control or focus in your life. Huh?
Yeah, man. Let me just dive in the chat a little bit here quick. Yeah, we deal with that. Don't treat me like what the word does she think that term means. She says she doesn't like the old, but it's just so she doesn't understand definitions. Yeah, we spoke to that. She doesn't like order. Video games make their inner royal that isn't manly, apparently.
That's Aston.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Aston. It gotta be Aston. I've heard him say that before.
Yeah. Sad day for black people, says Rian.
I want to pause there on that video game comment real quick. I just want to make a mention that it's funny that women would have a problem with men that would play video games, but don't got a problem with a man smoking weed. I find it funny that women would not want a man to play video games, but we watch football the whole day. You see, I one time went to a hairdresser. I think I told this story. I went to a hairdresser time when she tell me about the type of man she want this night, next the 34th, 5th, right? And she said she can't take a man to play video games. Can't take a man to play video games. But then later on the conversation, not 5 minutes later, tell me about she man to spend a whole day watching Premier League football on a Sunday. Want to get up and cut the grass, but that's cool. Because it's football and not video games.
No, it's because she like the man.
No. Not because she like the that's an ex-man, by the way. But it's not because she like the man, because in her mind, that's what her man should be doing to be a man. It don't matter that he spent a whole day doing nothing. That's not the problem. A man that spent a whole day doing nothing and not cleaning up, tidying up, doing nothing, that's not the problem. It is what he does with that time. Play video games will be a time, but watching football, watching 11 grown men run a field, sweating it itself. What he watching that is fine. But him playing video games ain't fine.
Yeah, video games is childish. You know what I mean?
I bet you she's still alone, all by her lonesome self.
See my man Johnny Cole in the chat. Shout out Johnny Cole.
Johnny Cole, man, we're getting on my brother. That's a good man there, yeah.
Carrie Ann says she needs something stronger than Advil. These women have more than their wires crossed.
You are rum.
Yeah. Marley, I don't trust anyone but God 3 and 1. That's my issue, so not sure what that means. The social ask the question, Marley, why are you in a relationship with someone you don't trust? Yeah, that's it. What you get involved with someone you don't trust? What you taking it to the point where you in a relationship if you can't trust the person?
Do you know why? I'll tell you why there. Glad you asked. The reason why is because you're already operating in bad faith. You operating thinking that men can take advantage of you, which really means, as Cherish said, you got to take accountability and responsibility and heal from your past trauma.
Yeah, because I see Marley here saying at the bottom that 9 out of 10 men she grew up with had issues, and that is pre-social media. I mean,
I also want to point out, Marley, that a lot of women have problems too. See, human experience is that we all have problems, you know.
Everybody got problems.
You know that they got more women in a psychiatrist's office than men. I can bring statistics. Don't make it seem like we men got problems and women got it together. Nobody has it together, and that's the point of this space. We can blame like your shit don't stink, and we out here doing the most.
Yeah, but everybody got issues, you know.
Everybody got the issues.
But I'll say this: if 9 out of 10 people you come into contact with got issues, you might be in the wrong place. By the time you nearly begin the baby size space, you got to change your dating pool.
Change your dating pool. Find the different
change
circles.
Your environs.
Doves don't fly with beers. Doves is fly with doves.
And to my girlfriend on the video just know who said that all men are trash. Hey, trash begets trash. So just saying.
Don't look further than the mirror here.
Just saying. My bro said he trying not to laugh at she and he told me laughing. That's what it was.
You gonna laugh at that, Matt bro? She ain't sad, but she eyes full of tears, eyes red with tears. She had no start crying when she hit record. She'd have crying out for a while.
That's a fact.
And she ain't sad about it because she's a bad bitch. Because she got to tell herself that delusion just so she can make it through the video.
That's that copium.
Yeah. Then they got delusion. When a man acting in delusion for a movie, I had to laugh at he.
This is real life. You can't laugh at that. I don't even understand how this leading and following thing within a relationship is an issue. Yeah, man, you just try to make things work. And I don't think people want to make things work. I think we are at the point where it's like, you know what? I want to feel good about myself, so I can make everybody, I can denigrate the rest. You know, I can say, but this body fault and this body fault. Them got issues, them got problems. Man, they really wrong me. I got 1 or 2 issues, but them there, it's easier to do that. It makes me feel a little better to see that everybody else, feels bad about themselves or got their own problems dealing with, right?
That's why the Real Housewives, that's why Maury, that's why all of these reality TV shows and these judge shows and all of these procedural things is so popular. Because instead of you dealing with your problems, you would rather sit down and watch Fraternity Court. I said, boy, if it was she. But no, you're just a sadist. We're not talking about you. We're not talking about you. But there are some people that watch the series and the Grey's Anatomy and stuff like that because they're living vicariously and want to ignore and cover up their problems.
For me, I prefer the psychology of things. So shout out to Dr. Carrie Ann. When I watch these things, I definitely like to look and laugh at certain things and say, well, look at this ignorance here. You know, so when I see, as I will tell you, for example, when a woman doesn't know the father of a child, for example, and she does know who the other father is, who the real father is.
The real father is. Come on.
She know who the real father is. 99% of the time, she knows that that guy ain't want that to do with child. Is not going to be a good father, so she try to pin this jacket on this other guy. That's generally how it goes. And I found the psychology of that fascinating to me.
But men are trash. Men are trash. Yeah. That's why a whole Jamaica to try and make it law that when a child born to go get a paternity test. But men ain't good.
Yeah, you go see if you can pass that paternity test. You can pass the DNA
Can you
test.
imagine you have such a problem that it is in government to pass that you gotta have women and babies get paternity tests. What I tell you, what's the problem that's the solution? Just use them in the brain, I think. And the aim bang, let me guarantee you.
Bro, was just funny enough in video games. We have teams and someone in the team has to be the shot caller. The shot caller leads, the others follow. Simple. All the players are equal, but for things to work, one person leads and makes the calls for the team to win. Yeah, that's how it works in teams.
Sound like a Call of Duty player. I was a avid Call of Duty player. You're right. Yeah. You're absolutely right.
But even on a sporting team, is one captain. You know what I mean? We might go call a captain thing, but everybody know who's the bigger mobby. When it comes to crunch time, everybody know the ball's going to Jordan. Jordan gonna make this thing happen. Scottie Pippen, great player, but everybody know, yeah, Jordan is the bigger mobby. Hold tight. I am going into some villainy. So this is why we fast forward now. That was back in the 90s. But when we fast forward to last year, and we look at the Lakers, for example, and we see a guy like Russell Westbrook trying to tug the wheel. He needs to understand fully that LeBron James is the biggest mobby.
Only person that can for LeBron is Jesus, man. Jesus takes the wheel. Only Jesus can take that wheel for LeBron?
Only. We hear a lot of talk about, we can run through offense through Anthony Davis. A small screen. We know LeBron got his ball. We know LeBron got his ball. We know LeBron got. He say, you know what? Trade this body, trade that body, get rid of this body, bring in this body. I ain't playing tonight. Play this body. That is LeBron calling his shots. Right? Some people will be happy with that. Anthony Davis, he's happy. He's getting money. He's getting shots.
He don't play, so he's getting money.
Russell Westbrook, he's not so happy because he don't want something.
I played a bunch of jump.
He don't want something. He wants to do his own thing. So now he good at OKC because he out there in OKC with a bad team that ain't doing nothing. But he can do as he like.
He playing up a 50-point triple-double when he night come though.
He can do as he like. But no success. No ring. No ring. See the parallel sports? It is 9:53. Yeah, in Barbados and rest of Eastern Caribbean, folks. Thank you so much for watching again. We appreciate it. We got a shark coming next week. But sorry, today's what Thursday? We got a shark coming tomorrow.
I'm feeling about wild one tomorrow. What are you feeling good wild tomorrow?
We need a wild one.
The one yesterday was, I can bring a
little team. So we can get a wild one tomorrow. We got some more content coming for you guys. I got a whole set of stuff to chop up and bring so we can review some of the things that we see and hear. Because trust me, there is so much to get through. My phone here just trying to get his stuff cleared out. So I can make some space for the phone, Oh, and now that I see the phone, for some reason my Facebook messaging is not working. I can get into it, but I cannot access any of the messages. Some of you have been sending me messages, but I can't get them. Sorry about that. There.
May crash your Facebook messages.
I know. It looked that way. But, it's not that I ignore your messages. I simply cannot respond, right? For whatever reason. But I do appreciate you sending in stuff. Hit the like button one more time, folks. We do appreciate that as well. That is the price of admission. Try to kick out the algorithm a little bit,
Wait, let me just offer. I see Kevin say in response to me saying, I want to make it clear. Because I realize you see things. Because you watch reality TV and because you watch certain things, doesn't mean you can't be aware of your problems and you just worry. Because let's be honest, right? Men watch sports to distract them from the problems.
It's escapism.
It's escapism. I am not, listen, I ain't here to, I make movies so that when I can escape. I ain't here to tell you I make content for that. I am not here to tell you that if you consume that content, there's something wrong with you. Just be aware of what it facilitates in your life. For example, if you complain about men all the time, but you're watching Grey's Anatomy wishing that the male lead would get together with Grey or whatever like that, maybe you should look. You're watching Scandal. Oh my God, you're watching Scandal, and you want the president and Olivia Pope to get together, but all men are trash.
Yes, you're willingly supporting the black woman breaking up a man's home. That's another story. Hey,
consider that maybe there's something deeper that you need to address. I ain't saying that.
I know that you mentioned Scandal, Neil. Let us consider that the black woman is not the villain in that picture. She is not the villain.
She's the heroine.
Even as the outside woman, she is not the villain.
Yeah.
Racking up a home.
Yeah.
Or wrecker, but she is not the villain.
Hold on, because that's love, right?
Yeah, true love.
And you feel that Olivia Pope don't submit to her president?
They're getting into that there, so we can't speak to that, you know? Folks, this has been another edition of the Senate. Thank you so much for watching. We love you tuning in and sharing and sending all the content and stuff like that. Those of you who have stuff that you're sending me on Facebook, send it to my WhatsApp if you got it.
Man, should we got email address, man? Send it in session at gmail.com.
Send it in session.
We put on Instagram, let the things there.
Man, Kevin, man, stop peeping. We can get to that. Don't worry. We can get to that.
Kevin said?
Email you, Dorka. We can get to that. We talk about that next week in the live stream. We can get to that. Don't worry about it.
Come on, Kevin.
I feel like email you, Dorka deserves his whole show. Right? We can get to that.
A madman.
So, like we don't make out the rules. We just make sure you know what they are, right? We certainly don't. Because I'm certain that I called this fact that email you, Dorka, was going to get some forward. I called this on the live stream. I'm pretty sure of that. Let's see if we can find it somewhere, right?
You gotta look for it.
Because I'm pretty sure I did. Right? And I love to know, or I like to be proven right.
That needs to be right, Derek.
Yeah, that needs to be right. Like to know that, you know.
Kevin, I want to be clear, right? Kevin saying cheating on Nia Long. Pump your brakes. And that he cheat on Nia Long. Because Halle Berry get horned at the height of her powers. Let me be clear. And if I'm going to be very honest, cheating don't just happen in a vacuum. He got Nia Long. He just decided I want something better. Because I've seen pictures of one of the women he cheat with. And I choose her over Nia Long. Today Nia Long, I choose that.
Today Nia Long. Nia Long for Friday? That's a different story.
I'm just saying, don't look at the Nia Long and say, oh, he cheat on Nia Long, he got to be mad. That's not what I'm saying. He's mad.
And that is what a lot of people are doing it. Right?
That's not what you say. He's mad. Oh, no. Nope.
You know what? We can do that next Tuesday. The story of Email You Dorka. Yeah. The legend. The legend.
The legend of Email You Dorka. Johnny. A madman.
Yeah. You can ignore you can ignore reality, or you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality, right? Be the best version of you for you. We can see y'all guys again very soon. Look up for a short coming tomorrow. You can be cranking again on Monday as well.
I think the short tomorrow, just a little hint, is gonna be Sisters in Christ. Just leave it there. Sisters in Christ.
Have to leave it. Oh, goddamn. Oh, yeah. All right. Got you covered. Yeah. Definitely. I can't say that. So I can. No, you sit down. This is here. Please remember, folks. Believe it. We want to see Sisters in Christ. This being said, we can see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.